In this lesson, we'll be looking at this Axis logo and understand what techniques were used in creation of this logo. So first of all, if you look at this, we have got two elements. Each elements are subdivided into small glass-like pieces. So to design this logo, we'll first use the polygon tool and create our three-sided polygon. Then after that, we'll play around with the stroke option and create out this shape. After expanding that with the hyperline segment tool and the shape builder tool, we'll create out this empty space and work on these small pieces. Then after that, we'll apply the green color and the text. So let's begin with the tutorial. So first of all, I select the polygon tool from the tools palette, polygon tool, left click your mouse button. Here, keep the sides around. Let's keep it around 3 and click OK. So we got a triangle here. Let's keep it that way. Let's increase the size here and let's place it like that. Now next thing we need to do is we need to remove the fill color and fill it up with the stroke color. And let's increase the stroke color like that. And we can go to stroke and change the color. Let's give it red. Now let's play around with the stroke thickness, and in the stroke option, what we can do here is we can play around with the align stroke option, where we can adjust the stroke whether you want it inside the alignment or outside the alignment. So let's put it inside and you can see that change. Now let's increase the stroke thickness and let's work on it. Let's increase it. Let's give it around 40 like that, and let's increase the size a little bit like that. Now if you check it out, it's looking good. Now what we'll do is we'll go to object, path and outline stroke, and this has converted this into outline object. Now next thing we need to do is we'll play around with the stroke. So let's create some line from this point. Before that, just go over that and click and drag and create on the point till this much parallel to this. And after that, what I'll do is I'll just with the shift and R press, I'll just extend this and fill this up with certain colors so that I can see it. So that's black. Now let's give some, we'll duplicate this with the alt press. Just click and drag and duplicate on the line, giving some gap like that. You will need that small gap here. So I'll just drag and place it till this much. Now once we have done that, what I'll do here is, before that, I'll just duplicate this one more, Control C, Control F, and I'll just tilt this to an angle like that. And let's do some adjustments here. So first of all, I'll just do this with the direct selection tool. I'll just select this point and place it till here. And on the point, what I'll do is selecting that, just placing it around here. Now, with the direct selection tool, I'll just extend this till this much. Not that side, only this side. Now select everything with the shape builder tool. We can subtract out these pieces. So let's subtract this out. So this, let's combine everything and this will be one object. Now once we have done that, we can delete all these extra stuff here, selecting that, delete it out, this. So we are left with these pieces which we want for our design. Now if you look at it, it's looking good. Now next thing we need to do is we need to add that details. So to add that up, we'll use the line segment tool and create this out. So first of all, I'll create one line till this here. Then that goes till here. We need one here like that. Then this goes till there. Then this one from this touching that point. We'll create one from here like that, and from here giving us some little slight angle. That angle is needed. Now from here we'll select and click and attach it to that point. In the same way, I'll create few more here. So from this point till this point. So we got that. We got all the lines here. Now next thing we need to do is selecting everything with a shape builder to select it. I'll choose different colors from here so that I can see the difference. So I'll just select it from here, change different colors. I'm choosing different colors and just applying it and separating out these pieces. So just select it from here, click here, select different color, click here, red, click here, on the color, click there, this here, click there. So we got all the separate pieces now. In the same way here also, just click there, different color, click there. So we got that. Now selecting everything, I'll just remove this stroke color. So going there, I'll just delete out this stroke color and everything is now strokeless. Last thing we need to do is we need to apply the gradient color. So let's create the gradient color. So selecting this, I'll just play around with the gradient color. So I'll just choose a gradient shade from here, like grayscale. Now I'll just go use the gradient tool, double click on it, and you got this gradient palette. Here we can adjust the gradient color. So double clicking on that, you got this color palette. So let's choose the color. So I choose first here orange, and second one maybe red, like that. Now let's play around with the gradient colors. So over here I can do the adjustment like making the colors darker or lighter. In the same way, double clicking here, we'll do the changes here like that. Let's get some orange like that, orange feel. And this one, let's adjust the gradient color first. So I'll just choose and click and drag, and let's check it out. Okay, let's do the opposite way like that, and if you check it out, it's looking good. So let's do a little more adjustments. So it's basically doing the color proper adjustments with the color, and you got the effect you want like that. So after that, what I'll do is I'll select everything from here, and with the eye picker, deselecting this with the eye picker, and with the Alt and Shift pressed, just click the color and everything will be applied over there. Next thing we need to do is we need to do the adjustments. So select that, G for gradient tool, and just apply the gradient colors. Selecting this, G, apply the gradient color. So from the different angle like that, giving that gradient color. So from here, let's give that color here like that, so that you can see that cuts here like that. So it's basically playing around with the gradient colors. So just do that and you got that nice effect here. So let's give that nice cool effect. Same way, selecting that, G from there till here. The same way, select this, G from here till there. Let's go around that. Selecting this, G from here till there. Okay, for that's do the opposite way like that. So let's extend this a little bit so that you can see that different gradient of colors. Now let's do for this, selecting that, I'll just do is click over there and let's change the color to, let's choose it from here. I choose the blue and the other side dark blue. So from here you can choose any color like that. I'll choose it this way, and after that with the G selected, shortcut for gradient tool, G, and let's play around with the gradient color. So like that. In the same way, selecting that with the eye picker, select this color and G, let's play around with the gradient tool. So if you check it out, we have done the gradient color, we have applied the proper gradient color and created that out. And what I've done here is I've created some square boxes, and what I've done is I've just created these color palettes so that I can use it in the later project. So I just selected this, and what I've done is I selecting that with the eye picker, with the shift and I press, I just created these color palettes. And this is basically very useful. After creating this design, I can use this palette everywhere if I am creating something different but I need the same color tone or same style like that. So this is very useful. Most of my tutorial I have been using these color palettes. You can check it out. So this is the beginning tutorial, so I'm just using everything, but later on I'll be using most of the shortcuts. So lastly, we will add the text. So let's take the text here, let's type it out, axis, and the font which I'm using here is 11 in empty. So I just selected that. Here's the 11 in empty, you'll find it, or you just download the font folder which I have given and just install it before starting the project, and you'll definitely get this font here. So after that, we'll go to character and let's increase the distance between each alphabet. So I've given 1000. Let's increase the size a little bit, like around 30, and let's play around with the stroke gap, alphabet gap. So let's increase the gap like that, and let's place it here, and let's check it out like that. Let's increase it a little bit. So it's basically playing around and adjusting it for multiple number of times. Let's fill it up with the color. So I have given this color a light gray like that. So finally we have completed our logo. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to check out the whole series. Thank you.